I am Lee Klocke. I'm a lifetime entrepreneur going online for a lifetime to educate you for a lifetime. We scheduled Hustling for Excellence. Steve and Megan Persia. I hope I got their last name right. I think it's Persia. And they are going to be coming on live here real soon. I just want to make sure we can gather a few guests here if they're coming online. I know that we were scheduled. They're in the green room. They're eating their green M&Ms, and they're very demanding. They had a lot of things they requested in the green room. There were steak. There was lots of things that they're waiting for. They're very demanding couple. But they're waiting back there. I'm just going to try to give you guys a few minutes to gather on here. So they are going to talk to us. I think they're going to talk to us about something I have zero idea about. So I'm going to ask, I know Steve is an expert on NFTs. What is it? Non-fungible. I'm going to ask him. And then side stream businesses and what's in the future for them. I know that they're ahead of me in this deal by several months, and they are doing awesome. So I can't wait to talk to them. And we got a little history that we're going to go over with them on. And see, I've got 4 people in the audience now. So I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to turn on comments here. Excuse me while I'm learning on here. Who do we got on here? Hey, David, how you doing? Dave, just so I know that people are hearing me out there, David, can you give me a 1 or a wow face or something if you can hear me? Just so I just want to make sure that I'm coming across out there. And those folks that are listening out there in the audience, please go to, thanks, David, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, press I give permission so that we can know who are talking. Hey, Lucas, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and without further ado, bring on our esteemed guests here. They've probably eaten me out of house and home in the green room. So let's bring them on here. And this is my first time I'm bringing somebody across here. So let's see what happens. Come on, add to stream. There they are. Hey, Megan and Steve, how you doing? I don't like.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How are you?
Good. Let's see if I can bring you on bigger. We need you bigger. Let's see. No, that's not what we wanted. I'm big and you're little. How about that? How about this? Okay, that's pretty good. How's it going, guys?
Nice, looks good. Hey, going
good.
great.
Snacks were great, but I did not get the lobster I requested.
Oh, sorry. So
I don't know that we'll be back for a repeat.
All right, fine. So, hey,
2 stars.
Hey, I just want to start this out with because I'm a veteran too, Steve. I want to thank you for your service. I know you just recently got out of the military, and I know what that life is like. Thank you very much for your service, Steve, and thank you. Hats off to you, sir. What branch of the military were you in?
Well, I was in the Army the whole way through, just different components. I was active duty, reserve, and guard at different points of my life. So 23 years in total. Awesome.
What was your MOS?
I was a signal guy for most of my life, and then acquisitions.
Oh, cool. Now were you enlisted?
I was for the first 10, 11 years.
What was your MOS enlisted?
It was what they used to call a 31 Romeo, multi-channel transmission systems operator.
I think I was a 36 Victor in Army terms. So anyway, yeah. Okay. So and Megan, were you in the military also, or no?
Just military wife.
Okay. Well, I noticed that you worked on naval bases or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, I work for the Navy. I repair ships. No, okay. I don't. I write contracts for repair ships.
And military wife counts as being in the military.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We were in the military because it's a struggle.
Absolutely. So I know.
Uh-oh. It froze up.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's just our end or.
Are we back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we back? I'm sorry. I do have to apologize right now. I am in a hotel room, and so my audience, I apologize. I may have iffy Wi-Fi right now. So I did know. I don't know if you heard that last question or not, but I noticed that your both oldest kids. So how does that work? Both being the bossiest people in the family. How's that?
Bossiest, most perfect, best.
Oh my God. I'm seventh in a long line of bossy kids. So all right. So anyway, I want to get right into your business. So what are you currently doing? First, I want you to tell me what an NFT is. Either one.
Non-fungible token.
Non-fungible token. So I don't get it. Tell me about it. Tell me.
Man. Yeah. So I didn't know we were going to do this the complete NFT thing, but I'm going to give you a couple tips.
Give me the NFT for the complete idiot.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, gosh, I've been doing a ton of research. I mean, trying to boil down feel like weeks of research into one or two things. I would say that. I'm thinking best way to do that. Yeah. Watch Gary Vee.
Yeah, but I mean, just give me a simplistic view.
So basically what it is, it's just taking artwork that is a digital fingerprint, I would say. That way it's the original, and they put it on the blockchain. So that way, no matter where it goes, it shows who has ownership of it.
Right.
So what's making it so hot these days is it's just catching so much press, and you'll hear people talking about minting NFTs, and that basically means you buy one.
Right.
So when you get it, you have it on the blockchain, and then you can go to a marketplace such as OpenSeas or Magic Eden and flip it if you want.
Right.
I mean, the news, I think the latest news I saw was Eminem bought one of the Bored Apes, and it was $400,000 or something. So
I saw that. Was that thing that Melissa Robertson had on her deal? Is that one of the?
I don't remember what she had, but that was probably one of them, because that was one of the hottest NFT drops ever. So,
wow.
It's very intense. I've been doing a ton of research, so it's kind of you need some time to spend in Discords, right? Because Discord is where all these, I'll say kids, because most of the people doing this seem to be in their 20s, and they just spend all day in there, but they're making a ton of money, right? Because they get on what they call a whitelist. Basically, we call whitelist maybe the VIP club, right? And only so many people get that, but it's almost like a guarantee to print money. You get in there, they're getting it for very cheap, and turning around selling it for a couple, 100x sometimes within 2 or 3 days. So
it's flipping digital real estate accelerated 1,000 times.
Yeah, and there's some really interesting examples, and there's a couple projects I'm watching now. So if anybody's into NFTs, I'm watching one called Donut Shop, and it's pretty interesting because there's other ideas to it. So there's the rarity of it.
Yeah.
You may get one that's very rare, which actually allows you to go to the donut shop that's kind of sponsoring the NFT and get donuts free, right? Just because you have this NFT. So I thought that was kind of a neat,
that's cool,
neat little play on it, right? But everybody's into it now, right? Adidas, Nike, Lamborghini, Gucci just launched theirs, and it's I think it was 45,000 when it opened, and then it was.
Jeez.
It's just ridiculous numbers, but it's and and then you tie that in with the metaverse, which is a whole nother topic. Yeah, some rapper today was talking about he's no longer accepting cash for his concerts. Things are going to be in NFTs, or he wants Ethereum. It's moving fast. That's kind of why, I'm more of what I'll call the traditional crypto, because that's what I've been learning and investing in for years. But the metaverse and NFT has just kind of been I didn't want to get left behind. So
right. Well, I've been telling people, and I have been left behind, and I'm trying to catch up. But if people aren't learning it, they are going to be left behind. I firmly believe that. Something's going to take over, and it's not going to be dollar bills. I don't know that they've decided what that's going to be yet.
Right.
But so what would you say is your main focus as hustling for excellence right now? Is there a main focus?
Well, I think I'll let you want to speak to it? I was going to say crypto is what we kind of do because we felt it's the fastest thing to help people, take that side hustle to a full-time hustle if they want to do that.
Fastest and easiest to get into.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that.
Just even letting money sit in some of these accounts and gaining interest at 14, 15%. on a stable coin, which is pegged to the dollar or some other asset, but it's, that's like the lowest risk of 12, 14%. Like that's unheard of these days, right? So
Right.
That's why we do crypto. I mean, obviously we do a few other things. We have the affiliate marketing. We invest in some collectibles, but like Meg said, that crypto right now, there's just so many options.
I was watching one of your lives the other day on your channel, which is Hustling for Excellence. Let's give you this is your chance for a plug right now. Hustling for Excellence. And what is your channel? What is your group?
Hustling for Excellence VIPs.
And that's on Facebook group. How do they go? What address should they go to? Is it just Hustling for Excellence?
Yeah, just Hustling for Excellence.
Hustling for Excellence. Yep.
Okay. And they can join
everything everywhere it's us, right? I mean, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. So yeah.
But I was watching about the credit cards, and that piqued my interest. I haven't done that yet, but I'm definitely going to look into that. Megan, give us a 3-minute course on the credit cards. You were great the other day. I was listening. So give us a 3-minute down and dirty on the credit cards. Really.
So basically, it's the same idea as holding a regular credit card. You're getting rewards or points, whatever. It basically pays you in. Certain ones are different cryptocurrencies it's paying you in. But the idea is that it's actually worth more because, as we know, the dollar is just going to continue to depreciate, especially as inflation goes up, whereas crypto is simply rising for the most part. Yes, it's got its ups and downs, but if you hold those rewards, for a year and you haven't spent them, well, that, we'll say $3 that you earn may now be worth $15 or whatever. So it's the idea that you're actually gaining more of an asset, which you can then either choose to spend or not spend. You can cash it out. But so for us, it just seems a more, I'm trying to think of the right word, but smarter way to earn our rewards and our cash back.
Why not? Yeah. So, what else did I want to talk? There was something else I wanted to bring up with you guys. Oh, NLP. Let's talk a little bit about NLP. Megan, I think that's Megan's forte, is it not?
Yeah, that's her wheelhouse. She's the expert there.
Yes.
All right. So tell me I know nothing about NLP. Tell me about it.
So you know more than you actually think you know.
Yeah.
Trust me, you do. If you've done anything in mindset work, you're doing NLP. It's just not titled that. But Neuro-Linguistic Programming is the idea of how our habits, our actions, our behaviors are all driven by our beliefs, our thoughts, and the words that we use, or in our body language as well. It's how we interpret that information and then put it back out into the world.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
And then are you offering a course in that or anything like that? Or can people get coached through you on that? Or
yes. So I do have a couple of coaching packages, which they reach out to us on Facebook. I can, DM them and we can discuss that as well. We can set up a call. Awesome. I'm looking at putting into maybe like a group coaching or a short, 90-minute course. Haven't finished that yet, but I'm working on that.
So did you go through some sort of certification on that?
I did. I first attended a 3-day seminar, which then led to a full week of practitioner certification. And I'm actually going to continue and become a master practitioner this summer. I'll be doing 15 days of training, additional training this summer.
Awesome. Well, that is great. I want to now say, let's see, we've got a few people online. We got Lucas and Sam. David, anybody got a question for them out there? At least give us a 1 if you're hearing us, because I know I've got some crappy internet right here. So, Sam, you out there?
See, Sam, he was telling us we were frozen before.
Yeah, I know. I see that, but that was like a while back. Anybody hearing us out there in the metaverse?
There we go.
Okay, Lucas. Lucas, how you doing, buddy? All right. Well, guys, here's your chance, because this is going to go on YouTube. This is going to go on. Oh, there we go, David. David's got a question. What is the best way for a beginner to get started in crypto? Great question.
Yeah, so I think probably the easiest way to onboard into crypto is through Coinbase. Just because they're very friendly with your traditional bank. Some of these other platforms, you can't use a credit card anymore. It's a little bit of a credit card's flagged and you can't get the money in. Whereas Coinbase, works great. You can do a one-time buy, you can do a recurring buy, whatever you need to do. And Coinbase has gotten really good. They have a good selection of coins. So, I mean, if you just want to get started and maybe just buy Bitcoin to say, hey, I own it, that's probably a great place to do it. So.
Well, I know that on my site, they can get a link to Coinbase. I'm certain on your guys' site, they can probably get a link to Coinbase. And the cool part about it is, I mean, if you join Coinbase, I believe they give you $10 just for joining, putting your connecting your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
So who asked that question? David? Coinbase. I would totally agree with that. I'm playing with just little amounts of it. Stuff. It's fun to watch it, tank. But
Coinbase. Just a little side note: if they also have a feature called Learn and Earn.
Oh.
I think if you're using the app, it's probably a menu
in the left
top left
hand, I think.
But you watch short videos and then you earn coins. So if you watch a video about whatever XLM,
they'll give you like $2.
Give you $2 worth. So I think I've earned over $100 just watching some videos. But I've traded that all into some of the other coins and it's went up a couple times. So
Awesome, very cool. Sam says he's got Coinbase and he liked it. Very cool. Okay, Facebook user. I don't know who Facebook user is. Do you recommend any office wallets versus keeping assets on the exchange?
Yeah, that's a good topic, right? A lot of people like the offline wallets, like the Ledger, and I forget there's another one that's pretty popular. I think it's personal preference, really. I mean, the whole idea there is it can't get hacked, right? Because supposedly it's not on a computer. You take that and you put it away. But again, you have to be a pretty reliable person, right? Because that's why a lot of people aren't into crypto, because they're worried about, you have to have your seed phrase and your recovery and all this other stuff that it kind of gets a little scary and confusing. Yeah. So everybody has their own tolerance, their risk tolerance, but depending on how much money you're playing with, I kind of look at it like, okay, back in the day, or maybe you still do have a IRA or traditional Charles Schwab account, you don't do anything special for that. You don't take it off of there and hide it in your mattress, I don't think. So, I think it's personal preference. I know some people are into that. When I first started this, my wallets were a piece of paper. That's all it was. You just printed out the piece of paper, and then after you had so much on your wallet, that was it. And that was off the chain. So, people still do it. You hear people talk about these whales, and all of a sudden, Bitcoin or Ethereum that had not been seen for years, all of a sudden gets dumped. You're like, oh, wow, some whale put $3 million of Ethereum on the network today, one wallet address. So, I think it's personal preference. If you do it, I would start and practice. This is what I recommend for anything. Practice before you use big money. Before you do any transactions between exchanges, or you download a new wallet, one of the wallets that a lot of people use is MetaMask. Practice recovering your wallet before you put any money in there. Get the seed phrase, disconnect the wallet, recover the wallet to make sure you could do it. Because if you can't, and that you actually need to do it one day, it's going to be a bad day when you have some money in there.
Well, there was that one guy just a couple of years ago that had, I think it was several $1 billion. Yeah. And he was down to that last try, and he couldn't get his money out. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
There's been some interesting stories about people, losing computers or losing phones, and it had so much on there, they're paying people to dig through trash because they know how much is on that computer.
So we got a question from Lucas. What site or sites do you use that have crypto bots?
So when you're doing crypto bots, you're buying into software. The crypto that you're trading or you're having your bots trade is still on an exchange. I use a couple different ones. I use KuCoin. I use Binance. I think there's 6 different ones that the U.S. allows, but it also goes by state.
Did you say Binance? Did you say Binance?
Binance.
Binance US, because there's the international Binance that US residents aren't supposed to use.
Right.
And then oddly enough, Texas does not allow Binance for whatever reason.
Huh.
So you have your crypto in an exchange, and then you actually tie it to a trading software. We use Bitsgap. The key, though, with crypto bots is really, because I know people who have put some money in, didn't really know what they were doing, and they ended up losing. I went through a training where the gentleman had actually spent like 3 years, tens of thousands of trades and several $1 million of his own money, kind of figure out what the settings are, because it's the settings that are either going to make you money or lose you money. So if that's something someone wants to know more about, definitely hit us up and I can kind of give you some more information on that.
So there's a perfect reason to go to Hustling for Excellence and join their group.
And the best part about the bots for us is that you basically set it and forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Check it in the morning, at night to make sure it's still running, and that's about it. It's not like your traditional, day trading where you need to sit in front of the computer and, trade on everything. It's basically you set a range and that's it.
And they're basically just tracking these little micro trends, aren't they?
That's it.
Bots?
Yeah. Yep, it's if they're and you set up what are called grid lines. And so every time it hits one, either up or down, it buys or sells between your coin pairs. So you might be running Ethereum and BTC together. And so every time it's spitting out, every trade, a dime, a quarter, but it's doing hundreds of transactions a day. And that's where your profit comes in. And then that profit is actually separate from the crypto that you actually already have in there. And that usually will go into a different place. So you can pull your profit right out.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm joining your group. I'm gonna. I think I'm already a member actually. But
yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you know what? I've always been a believer that we should keep these to 20, 25 minutes at the most. Does anybody have any other questions for these fine young people? Sam, you need to join Hustling for Excellence. Obviously, Sam. We need to get you on here too. I know you've got a great cooking group on here, and I need to sign you up probably in April. And so anyway,
I think I owe a cheesecake recipe to his group.
Yes, you do. Me too, by the way. Megan and Steve, this is going to go on a YouTube channel. Take us away. Close us out. What do you want to say to the metaverse about Hustling for Excellence?
I just I encourage everybody to kind of, whether it's our group or someone else's group, definitely start to learn this. You need to come up with the times and just realize that this is where the future is going. Just like when the people 20, 30 years ago thought the internet was a fad.
Right. Or the same thing with cryptocurrencies years back and thought it was going to go away. This isn't going anywhere.
Look at what the big companies are doing, and you'll see that they are investing a ton of money into the metaverse and crypto and AI. And it's all kind of blending together. So, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. We're learning, people would call us old school because we started this back in like 2016. But yeah, I just definitely encourage people to get out there and start reading, watching YouTube and get in the game, get in the Coinbase and branch out into DeFi wallets and, some little bit of trading. And next thing you know, you got some money to play with there. So
a quick fun story. I was working for Cellular One when Verizon bought us, and Verizon came in and bought us, and they said, we're going to start this thing called texting. And I was in the Kansas City market at the time, and we installed all the equipment for this texting. I remember back when you had to go AAA, BBB.
Yeah.
Who in the hell is ever going to do this? Well, okay. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah. Don't balk at new ideas. It happens. So anyway, Megan and Steve, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you for eating all the snacks in the green room. And I'll try to do better next time. But thank you very much for joining us. And Megan, talk to Susie. I think she wants to go to Denver with you. And
I've already got her.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thanks so much.
Lee.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Lee.
You got. Bye-bye.